Newcastle will have the richest owners in football after takeover. Newcastle are set to have the wealthiest owners in world football once the £300 million Saudi takeover is signed off. The takeover by the Saudi consortium is expected to be announced soon after the Gulf state settled its piracy dispute with Premier League broadcast partner beIN Sports and gave assurances over who will control the club. It will bring an end to Mike Ashley's 14-year ownership of the Magpies after much protest over his time heading the club. After the deal is completed, the Saudi consortium are expected to own 80% of the club, with Amanda Staveley and the Reuben brothers evenly splitting the remaining 20%. Should the deal be structured as per the original deal, which was abandoned in the summer of 2020, Newcastle will be chaired by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and governed by Yasser Al Rumayyan. The tune will be by some way the wealthiest team in world football, with the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund worth a staggering £320 billion. This is by some way larger than Manchester City owner Sheikh Mansour, who had originally been the world's richest owner at £23.3 billion. Mansour is the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and comes from the royal family of Abu Dhabi. But once the Newcastle takeover is announced, the Magpies owners will be worth 10 times more than Man City. Paris Saint-Germain are also regarded as one of the world's richest clubs, with owners Qatar Sport Investments, with chief Nasser Al Khelaifi worth £6.5 billion. It means that Newcastle's owners are worth nearly 50 times more than the PSG owner. A buyout was abandoned initially last year when the consortium led by Saudi's Public Investment Fund, PIF, and including Amanda Staveley and the Reuben brothers, were unable to prove separation between themselves and the Saudi state. The Premier League have now received assurances that the state will not be directly involved in the running of the club, and sources say this will see the deal given the green light. After updates surrounding the takeover, Newcastle fans rushed to social media to express their joy at the news, as they now can dream of lucrative signings to help push the club forward. Bring back the entertainers. Bring back European nights. Bring back my Newcastle United. Number nuf takeover, one excited fan wrote. Another supporter wrote. I'm ready for it all. This takeover feels like the love of your life, keep walking out and coming back promising to change. Yes. 1. Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund Newcastle. If deal goes through, £320 billion, the consortium invests on behalf of the country's government, and after years of not spending much on players, the club is set to by some of the world's most powerful people representing the Gulf state. 2. Sheikh Mansour. Manchester City, £23.2 billion. Mansour bought City in 2008 and turned them into one of football's biggest clubs globally. He is the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and comes from Abu Dhabi's royal family. Khaldoon Al Mubarak handles the day-to-day running of the club. 3. Dietrich Mateschitz. RB Leipzig and RB Salzburg, £15.7 billion. The founder of Red Bull, who has invested his cash into sport, has had a Formula One team since 2005, the same year he purchased what was then known as SV Austria Salzburg. He later founded RB Leipzig in 2009, and both teams are now Champions League regulars. 4. Andrea Agnelli, Juventus, £15.7 billion, the son of former chairman Umberto, and was appointed to the role in 2010 to become the fourth member of the family to run the club. The Agnelli family made their fortune at having founded Fiat in 1899. 5. Roman Abramovich, Chelsea, £9.6 million, arrived in 2003 and turned them into Premier League winners in 2 years. His biggest business beforehand came in petrochemicals and oil trading, gaining a controlling stake in one of Russia's largest oil companies, Sibneft, in 1995. 6. Philip Anschutz, La Galaxy, £8.1 billion, turned to sports after previously being involved in the family business of oil drilling. Helped found the MLS and has owned a whole host of clubs including the La Galaxy, Chicago Fire, Colorado Rapids, Houston Dynamo, San Jose Earthquakes and DC United. 7. Stan Kroenke, Arsenal, £6.8 billion, first bought shares in the Gunners in 2008 before increasing his stake in 2011. The American owns a number of sports teams including the Rams, Denver Nuggets and Colorado Rapids. His real estate development group specializes in shopping centers and apartments. 8. Nasser Al Khelaifi. PSG, £6.5 billion, former tennis player Al Khelaifi became friends with the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim, who is the head of sovereign wealth fund Qatar Investment Authority. The group bought PSG in 2011 with Al Khelaifi made chairman and CEO. 9. Zhang Jindong, Inter Milan, £6.2 billion. Despite Inter Milan's recent financial issues, they have one of the world's most wealthiest owners, who is the founder and major stakeholder in retailer Suning. Jindong, 58, purchased a majority stake in the Italian giants through his own private holding company in 2016. 10. Guo Guangchang, Wolves, £5.2 billion, purchased Wolves in 2016 and has helped turn the club into a Premier League side. Chairman of the Fosun Group, who after expanded into healthcare and retail became one of the largest investments firms across the world.